What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another market breakdown. This week is a very interesting week that we have ahead. As many of you may have known, or maybe not, US has launched an all-out attack on Iran, with Israel backing them. We've also got Iran that has retaliated. It's very scary times that we are in, but as we know, as investors, we cannot get emotional of these things. We've got to prepare ourselves and position ourselves well. So as a lot of you may know, US has basically launched an attack on Iran, stating Trump has stated that he doesn't want Iran to have nuclear powers, and they've obviously tried multiple times to get nuclear weapons going again, and he believes that they should not have nuclear weapons at all. I wouldn't say if I agree or not, but nuclear weapons is very dangerous, and in the wrong hands could become extremely, extremely dangerous. That being said, we have seen quite a bit happen. So obviously we've had the strikes, both sides. America has launched a lot of its troops and its equipment and everything over. They will be basically Iran. Israel has given them the space, airspace, everything to use to have their equipment and everything. So we're going to see that ramp up quite aggressively in the next couple days/weeks. So it's going to be quite an aggressive one. I don't know if they are going to be coming, if they're going to get to a resolution, because they have tried to speak, but naturally those talks have failed. That being said, there's obviously Israel is backing the United States. The Ukraine has come out and said that they obviously agree with Iran for retaliating. Retaliation is necessary. Russia has stated that the attack from US is not granted. There's no reasons for it, and they have said that it's going to cause wider issues. Obviously, with most cases, most countries are, in partnerships, in agreements with each other, and people have each other's backs. Obviously, we've got the UN, and then we've got BRICS alliance as well. So there's a lot of alliances and things at play. What can we see happening over the next couple of weeks? We're going to see a lot of negotiations happening. We're going to see fights break out. So obviously that will escalate. Once the US has got more of its troops, equipment, and all that, you will see that the fight will escalate if they don't come to a resolution. That being said, on the market side of things, we know that what's going to happen now, oil prices will be affected because Iran is, known for oil, and obviously with this war going on, oil prices will rocket up because supplies will come down. Oil will then go up in price. What's also going to happen? We're going to see gold go up, silver go up. We're going to see a lot of investors flock to those safe havens. That being said, we know that price can do a lot of things in that time. So let's look at the news. We have quite a lot happening this week with red folder news. Besides from the war that's going on, there's a lot that's happening in terms of red folders. So on Monday, we have got ISM manufacturing PMI, first red folder for the day. And then we've got government Bollock that's speaking in AUD. I wouldn't necessarily say that my focus is on AUD. This week would be everything USD. Everything USD related would be my focus. That being said, I think that the red folders are going to be extremely volatile because price at the moment will be very volatile. So on Tuesday, we have got a JPY red folder news event. Once again, won't be my focus. And then we also got an annual budget release for the GBP. Obviously, that will be quite volatile for those that trade GBP pairs. On Wednesday, we've got again GDP for AUD red folder in the morning, and then in the afternoon we've got ADP non-farm employment change for the USD, and then we've got ISM services PMI. More red folders will be very volatile, so just be wary of those when taking trades. Then on Thursday, we've got the unemployment claims for the USD, but that's leading us up into Friday's big event. We all know it, we're all scared of it, we all love it. NFP. I will be live for this event, so come and join on the YouTube. You can join in for this live. Right, so we've got at 3:30 all at the same time. We've got a lot dropping, so we know that with the war, with this, everything's going to be extremely volatile. So at 3:30, we've got the average hourly earnings coming out. We've got the core retail sales coming out. We've got the non-farm employment change coming out. We've got retail sales, employment rate, everything's coming out. So I would say that it's going to be a very big one. I would either, if you're trading it, just be very cautious. I think anytime you're trading red folder news events, you either are cautious and you have proper stop loss and everything in place, but just know that you could be slipped. You could be, so many things can happen. So yeah, be careful, be cautious, and trade smart. That being said, we know a couple things that have happened with the news. We know that one thing's for sure. Gold, we'll look at gold. We know that gold has already went up by 2%. So over this weekend period, at the current moment of this recording, gold has already went up by 2%. So that being said, what can we expect on Monday morning when we wake up? I would say we can expect that these highs will get taken. We are going to expect a bit of a rally. But that being said, I don't think it's going to be just an easy buy, go up in one moment and make money. I think it's definitely going to be very volatile. We're going to see a lot of stop loss hunts. We're going to see people getting the position wrong. So it's going to be something that's going to be a little bit more tricky to trade. But nonetheless, you can trade it and, just go in with a clear mindset, really be careful and have good stop loss placement and sort of go from there. But yeah, I definitely see the highs getting taken. That being said, we're going to see the DXY. I do think that the DXY should drop. Naturally, when America's involved in any conflict, the dollar seems to drop. So that being said, the dollar drops. That means that Euro USD will buy gold. We're going to see the gold hit highs, but that's because of the unsettlement in the investment world, turmoil that's going on. So very tricky weeks that we have ahead, but a lot of volatility. And what comes with a lot of volatility is a lot of opportunity. When there's opportunity, if you're smart and you're on the right side, that's where people make a lot of money. So yeah, basically in these coming weeks, I'm going to make sure to position myself well. Anytime I'm entering on trades, I'm going to make sure to give the trade enough room. So stop losses will become wider, and my trades will essentially run for less time because of how volatile it is. Stop losses wider, take profits wider, sort of give the room enough, trader enough room to trade, to go in its right direction. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. I will be in the Discord chatting to everyone, speaking to them about what's going on, what's happening, and I'll keep you guys updated there. I would say to make sure to keep up to date with what's happening. Obviously, if there's a resolution, you'll see investors will start flocking back to the dollar. Dollar will gain some strength, and then you can obviously trade accordingly to that. Once there is a resolution or the war is over, obviously gold will then come back down. I think we won't stay at those highs. But yeah, it's a very interesting time that we have. Obviously, there's an impending recession. A lot of investors are worried about the AI bubble and a recession coming from that. Then we've got the war going on now, so there's a lot of turmoil in the markets, but a lot of opportunity, like I said. So yeah, I would say for the week, keep your mind clear. So don't read into too much in terms of what people think's going to happen. Read the news yourself, stay up to date, and make decisions based on your own, thoughts, and follow your plan. In times of turmoil, I especially for myself, when I've traded in these heavy turmoil times, war and all that, if you follow your plan and you actually have a good trading plan that can actually survive these moments, you can make a lot of money. There's so much opportunity at the moment. This is when people make money. So I would say, just stick to your rules. Don't go overboard. Widen your stop loss. So look on the higher time frames. Don't go down to the 1 minute and trade off that, because there's not going to be a lot of good price action there, because of how volatile it's going to be. So stick to the higher time frames. Widen your stop loss. Widen your take profit, and sort of move from there. And you should have a good month. And yeah, I'll see everyone next week for the next video. Do come in and join for the live on Friday. I'll be looking at those red folders live. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very good week for those that position themselves well. But yeah, stay safe, guys, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with those that are involved in the war. But stay safe and position yourself well. Follow the rules, and you'll be fine. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.